Give us an update on some of the injured players, Patrick and Jelon James in particular.
Not really. We got in so late, the players didn't have to be in here until noon, so that's still in process.
When you look back at the film, third down defensively, is that a particular area of concern?
Yeah, and one of the biggest issue was they had so many third and three minuses, ones and twos and threes, and which was more a reflection of our first and second down defense than the third down defense. But you're right, we got to be able to make some plays and get some stops no matter what the yardage is, and we didn't get them.
As you look at that your rush defense last night, what allowed Oakland to sort of chip away at it and get 34 5 yards apart?
They just kind of, they have a good running back. We knew that. That was no surprise. That's, part of it. They did a good job blocking us, and just kind of winning the grudge part of the downs, to where they were getting the extra 1 or 2 or 3 yards at the end of the play at times.
Vaughn and Chubb not getting even a quarterback hit on Derek Carr, was that because of what he was doing and what their offensive line was doing, or was it on the Broncos?
Well, they were throwing it quick. That was pretty obvious. And, and they did some chipping, which, every team in this league does against every defense. And they were getting it out quick, I think, was the main reason.
When you look at what Yadam, his performance, not playing him specifically, but do you have to look at adjustment there? It was more of a team issue, lack of communication sometimes, where it looked like he was being targeted by Carr. Maybe that was just the way the defense felt.
No, we got to give him some help. We gave him a good bit of help, but not all the time. And he's going to have to answer the call there when he's got a one-on-one situation. You're never going to be rolled up to a guy every play. We rolled up some. Obviously, we didn't roll up enough in that particular game, so that part of it's on me. But he's going to have to win some one-on-one battles.
Vic, I understand it's hindsight, but if you could do it over again, would you have played your starters more in the preseason games 3 and 4?
3 and 4? No, not in 4. Maybe we could have left them in there for another series in the second and third game. Maybe.
Do you have to handle losses differently as a head coach compared to the coordinators in terms of messaging to the team?
No, just messaging to the entire team now instead of half the team.
How did you think the offensive line did when Jelon had it come out?
I think they hung in there pretty good. We actually started running the ball better in the second half. Made some big plays in the passing game. But our issues offensively were, we got in field goal range 3 times and got knocked back either by a sack or a penalty and couldn't attempt the field goal. We tried the 64-yarder at the half, and another 5 yards, even another couple yards, that thing might have been good. So I think, those were lost points there, 3 drives, where we are in field goal range with the wind at our back. And then obviously the red zone, we didn't come through there.
Vic, how comfortable were you managing the game?
I was fine.
Todd Davis close.
Who?
Todd Davis, he was sprinting pretty good before the game.
I don't know. We'll see.
From the film, what went wrong on the long kickoff return in the fourth quarter?
We had a guy, sit down too far away from the ball, and then another guy that, could have made the play but didn't make it.
Coach, how much would you dwell on the loss versus let's just turn the page, short week, and let's get on to the Bears?
Both. The most important thing you do every week is critique yourself and improve from your errors, learn from your good stuff, and then move on to the next opponent.
Coach, on the kickoff, was it a design kick to be a little bit short, or did Brandon just not hit it properly?
No, we were trying to hit it as deep as he could.
Okay.
How much will you consider moving Donatel to the box just to give you more eyes, or in your words, more spaghetti and meatballs?
I don't think so.
Is there any sort of timetable on Callahan on when you think he might be done?
No, there's a chance this week, but there was a chance last week too. So
Rich ran that clunky formation in the red zone. What made that the right time to do that down there?
I just felt like it was, and it didn't work out. It's just the way it goes sometimes.
With about 8.5 minutes to go in the fourth, you decided to kick a field goal instead of going for it. What was the thing?
It was 4th and I believe 9. I just thought it was too far. With 8 or 9, close to 9 minutes left, there's still a lot of football. Anything could happen. I didn't want to leave there without points. And I think in retrospect, it turned out to be the right decision because we still had a chance there if we could have got a stop at the end, We'll never know if we would have converted the 4th and 9, but that was the choice I made at the time, and I feel fine about that choice.
What made you feel comfortable sticking with Corey Nelson for most of the game?
He had a good week of preparation and practice since he got here, and experienced player, and we thought he'd do well in there.
Is there something you can do to improve red zone offense in this short week?
Yeah, we got to do a better job of coaching it. We got to do a better job of executing it. We had a chance there. We didn't make the catch on the one time. We got to play and coach better down there, and we'll work hard at it.
From your film study, Coach, what was the holdup in getting Emmanuel Sanders involved? Because he wasn't as involved early as he was late.
Well, he's a guy too that is fighting the fatigue part because he's not, through his injury and lack of practice time, he's still rounding in the football shape to play every play. And, I thought he had a good game. He had some catches there, and, I think he'll improve weekly.
You said last night you weren't discouraged after watching the tape. Is there anything that gives you more reason to perhaps be encouraged this week?
Yeah, if we can just, get our points when they're there to be gotten, and not get sacked or penalized out of field goal range, make a play in the passing game. I think we only had 2 passes defensed last night, not counting batted balls by the rush, but we got one from Bradley, I know. We got to make some plays in pass defense, and we got to shore up the run defense a little bit better.
If you had to do it over again, would you maybe use the timeouts in the first half? Did you write it down?
No, I was comfortable with the way that was going and the way it turned out. If we had had some completions and or not that penalty, those timeouts would have been used. They would have had a purpose there. But once we got down there and where we would have started using them, the clock just kept stopping after the play.
It looked like they had much more emotion that they played with and intensity early. It might have been the way the game was playing out. What's your philosophy as coaching? I mean, because you're not necessarily a rah-rah type of guy. What's your thought on the emotion, getting the guys fired up for the game?
I thought our guys were ready and fired up and ready to roll. They put together a very nice drive on us, where they completed a bunch of balls there and had some runs. There was nothing big. And, what we could have made that play better, their touchdown, and our red zone defense, we really had 2 guys assigned to the guy that caught the ball, and we didn't execute it right. And, to come out of there with 3 instead of 7 would have been nice. But when they got the touchdown, your observation is validated.
Vic, for a few more for the coach. Considering it was Rich's first game as an offensive coordinator in the league, how did you feel about the play calling overall?
I thought it was good. I thought our operation was good for the most part. Obviously, anytime you call plays, same for me calling defense, there's always a few you'd like to have back or call something different, but that's just the way it goes. You're never going to call every play the perfect play. And so I thought it was fine.
Does Rich have the autonomy to just call whatever he wants, whenever he wants, specifically the jet sweep to Fan on the first play and the swinging gate play, I guess, if you call it that? Do you know that's coming, or is that's Rich?
No, he's got the wherewithal to call those plays. I mean, obviously, if I want something, we'll do it, or I can veto something. But overall, we're going to go with what he calls.
Is there an advantage to facing the Bears this year, given what you just walked away from left them? Does it get you have some institutional knowledge that might help on a short week?
No, I don't think so. If anything, they may have an advantage because they've worked with me for 4 years, and there's still 2 defensive coaches there that was there with me the entire 4 years. So I don't think so.
How Kareem Jackson look to you?
He had some good plays in there. He was the guy that broke up the 2 passes that we had broken up. There was plays he could have played better. He was forced to play nickel, and he hadn't had the amount of time on task there that I would have liked for the nickel to have going into that game. But when it became obvious that Bryce wouldn't play, we thought that was our best combination. And, there were plays that I'm sure he would do better if he had had more time on task. But overall, he did fine.
Some of your
Final
start-
two, Mike and then Ryan.
Some of your starters had high snap counts. Are you concerned about the depth?
No, I mean, starters should play a lot. I mean, it's what they get paid to do, right?
Last one, Ryan.
Overall, what'd you make of Flacco decision making?
I thought he had some really nice throws, particularly down the field. And then some throws that were off a little bit, or maybe a decision that was off a little bit. But I thought overall, the passing game, we made some big plays, but we didn't bear the fruit of those big plays like we needed to.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay?